Today, we're going to be buying and building the cheapest board at ZUMIEZ. Technically, you could buy a pre-built board, and that is going to be the cheapest solution, but we're gonna have a little bit of fun, and we're going to, like I said, buy and build the cheapest board. There's several options that you can choose from. There's a couple of different decks you can choose from, and I have some recommendations on what to get, so I guess let's just jump right into it. So whenever you come to ZUMIEZ and you wanna buy and build the cheapest board, the thing to do is not look at these boards on the wall unless they have some cheaper decks like these two. But you want to go to their sale rack that has all of their $29 decks. So this is pretty much the choices we have to work with. These are all Goodwood or Blackout. And I do have my own opinion on decks like this versus decks like those. If we were to build one of the cheapest boards, it would have to be here. And for the sake of the video, I'm going to stay true to this, and I'm going to get the cheapest deck. Technically, these are all $29, but this is the coolest one in my opinion, so we're gonna go with that one. Now, if you wanted to spend a little bit more money, I would recommend going with a Superior. They are just $34 instead of $29. And that's the size, by the way, if you didn't know that. Some people think that's the price, but I don't know. So I do recommend going with the Superior just because they are really good quality and they are pressed with resin, which makes the board a little bit lighter and a little bit stronger. Most boards are gonna be made with wood glue, and there's 7 layers here, so they're 7 layers laminated together with wood glue. In my opinion, wood glue is not the best because it makes the deck itself a little bit heavier, and it's not as strong or as durable as the resin 7 boards. So if you have the extra $5, 100% recommend going with Superior. However, that being said, if you have the extra money as well to buy something a little bit more expensive, you could go with a pro deck like Baker or like DGK or like Birdhouse or Real or Rip and Dip or Sovereign. There's so many different brands out there that you could go with. And I always recommend a pro deck just because they are really, really good quality and pros skate them. So if you do have the extra money to spend, I always recommend getting a better deck, but you really don't need to because they're all gonna do pretty much the same exact thing. If you are just a beginner, it's perfectly fine to go with a cheaper board. So again, for the sake of the video, we're gonna be doing a $29 Goodwood skateboard. I have skated a Goodwood in the past, and they have a weird shape and they have a weird pop, but overall, they're not a bad board. Again, if you're just a beginner, it's a perfect board to get you started. So that's what we're gonna go with. So that's $29 here. Next, let's pick out the trucks. Typically, you'll have several options to choose from, which is all of these or more. And there's various brands and sizes and styles. We're gonna get the one that is the cheapest for that specific size board. Most trucks are about 20 bucks to $25. As you can see, we only have the $25 ones. So we're going to grab some that'll fit the board, and I will show you how to test that. This being an 8.0 board, 8 inches wide, what you wanna do is turn the truck upside down, line the axle on the edge of the board on both sides. And if it fits pretty much flush on either side, as you can tell, like that, then it is the perfect size for your deck. Or you can read the size chart, which this one is a, if it'll focus, this is a 139. 139 independent trucks will fit a size 8.0 board. Now for the wheels. You have several different colors. It's actually kind of cool that there's that many colors. We never have this many colors, but I like it. You can also get Formula 4 wheels in the back if you have the extra money. They are by far some of the best wheels out there, along with Bones STF. They do not get flat spots, so I recommend the Formula 4s if you have the money. But again, we're being cheap, so let's get the cheaper wheels. What color should we do to match this board? I really don't know, so I'm just gonna kind of play around with a few of them to get an idea. Leave it down in the comments below which ones you think would go best with this board. Obviously, you won't be able to pick them because I'm picking them right now, so sorry about that, but I'm gonna go ahead and eliminate a few. All right, so choices now are these here, and I think they all go really well with the board. The sizes for the wheels really don't matter to me. I just have a preference to 53, 52, just because I've been on that size for a very long time. So I figured if I'm going to get wheels that are going to be the size that I at least ride, because they're all the same price. They're all 25 bucks. Which ones do you think would go better with the board? And if I pick wrong, I'm sorry, but I think I might do the pink ones actually. I think they'll go well with the Goodwood Galaxy theme. Yeah, you know what? We're gonna do it. Cool. For bearings, you'll typically have options like Rush, ABEX 7s, the Rush Titaniums, the Shake Giant bearings, and then there's a couple of other generic ones. They're all $10. So if you want just cheap generic bearings that are gonna be good quality, I recommend going with like Rush or the Rush ABEX 7s. We're gonna go with those just because they are very similar to the Reds bearings. They're not the same quality, but they are ABEX 7s, and I would rather have ABEX 7s than like ABEX 5s or something that's not going to roll as fast. So whenever you do pick bearings, make sure you pick ABEX 7 or higher, or if you have the money, upgrade to Reds, Bronson G3s. These are not bad. I'm just very biased towards those brands. They're incredible brands. I absolutely love them. And Bronson is making a name for themselves. Like, that's one of like the go-to brands right now. Love them, they're great. But Reds, they've been around forever. They're like the leading company in bearings, so always get Reds too. So far we're looking good. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 items. And like I said in the last video, there are 7 items to build a board. That means we're missing hardware and grip tape. Again, going back to the original title of this video, we're buying and building the cheapest board at ZUMIEZ. So now we have to pick hardware. Hardware really does not matter. The only thing that I recommend is getting size like 1 inch. 7/8 in my opinion is a little bit too short. So we're gonna do 1 inch hardware. Really, again, doesn't matter what you're getting. There's colors to these. This is just black and silver. Occasionally we'll have other colors as well. Like we have this yellow over here, but that's 7/8. So I don't want that one. Skateboarding for the most part is all personal preference. So if you want to do Allen heads or if you want 7/8, by all means get it. I just don't really care for it. It's not my go-to. I always prefer Phillips head or the hammer and hardware that I have on my skateboard. By the way, like best hardware ever. Again, pick whatever you want. If you are doing the cheapest board, you can replicate this exact board at your local ZUMIEZ, or you can go to a local skate shop. I'm pretty sure they'll have the same stuff. Support whatever brand you want. It doesn't matter if you're supporting ZUMIEZ, it doesn't matter if you're supporting local. Support whatever brand you want, because local shops sell the same exact decks that we do. We don't have anything, it's like the cheaper stuff that's warped. We don't have decks that are made from like a warehouse, like our warehouse or whatever. These are all like pro decks that come from the pro manufacturers, the same thing that local shops get, if you didn't know that. That's a common thing that's said on my channel, that they're boards that were basically thrown together and they're not good quality. It's the same quality you get at a local skate shop. So support whatever brand you want, support whatever company you want. It's all personal preference. Don't let anybody bash you about it. I just happen to support ZUMIEZ because I work here and they do a lot of good things for me. So why not support the people that are supporting myself? And lastly, we have grip tape. There's always going to be several options to choose from with several different colors. But again, we're being cheap here. Don't have a lot of money. We're gonna do just solid black grip tape. And of course there is different versions of black grip tape. There's Grizzly with a cutout. So you have the teddy bear, and then you have a little like robot alien dude. But we're not doing those today because they are a little bit more expensive. We're just gonna go ahead and do generic solid black Grizzly grip tape. It is the time that you've all been waiting for. We're going to go and scan every single item and see how much the cheapest board at ZUMIEZ is. After we purchase it, we're gonna come back here and I will show you how to build it, probably put it on a time lapse. I've done several videos on how to buy and build a board at ZUMIEZ. So if you wanna watch those, but regardless, I'm going to check this out and then build it for y'all. And then you get to decide what we do with this board. Do you want me to skate it? Do you want me to test it out, see how I like it? Or do you want me to do a giveaway on it for October 31st? You get to choose. Or I can do both. If you want me to skate it, I'll skate it. I won't skate it much, because if it is going to be a giveaway board, then I would like to make sure that it is still in good quality or in good shape. So again, you choose, leave a comment down below. Should we use this as a giveaway board? Should we use this as a board to skate for videos? Or should I do it for both? What do you recommend? What do you choose? Leave it in the comments below. So it looks like the cheapest board you can build at ZUMIEZ right now is going to be $119.05, or $109 before taxes. I live in Texas, so taxes is 8.25%. Now, if that is too much for you, you can still get a cheaper board. You can buy a complete. They're about $100. There are a few of them that are a little bit cheaper than this, but for the most part, the average price for a complete is right at $100, so $99.95. So if you were to buy that, it's like $108.20 after taxes in Texas. So you're saving pretty much $10 or so on your board. So again, if you were to choose to do a cheaper board, you could do a complete. The only thing that I recommend for that is to get better bearings and better wheels, mainly because that is what my preference is. I think the wheels and bearings matter a lot. The trucks are fine. They're not going to be the same quality that like obviously Independents are, but they're still going to be decent quality. I just always recommend doing better bearings and better wheels. So let's go ahead, check out officially, and then go back there and build it. Here is your cheapest board at ZUMIEZ. I think the pink wheels actually worked out much better than I thought, and I'm kind of glad I went with them. What do you guys think? Leave it in the comments below. I'm actually kind of happy with this one. I think the pink wheels, definitely the way to go. What color wheels would you have done? How do you feel about this board? And what do we want to do with it? Again, leave in the comments below. That's gonna be it for today's video. I would go skate, but I've got to work. I've actually got to go open the store. I'm the opener today, so I'm gonna go do that. But thank you so much for watching today's video. Really hope you got a lot of information out of it, and I really hope you enjoyed the process of picking out the cheapest board at ZUMIEZ and at least building it. It's always fun for me to help teach people new things, so I really hope that somebody out there took something away from this video. And if you ever were to replicate this board at your local ZUMIEZ or at a skate shop, expect to spend about $120 or so. That's the cheapest that I can build a board right now. There might be cheaper options on the website, but we do not have anything cheaper than that in store, so I had to be pretty much limited to all of this right here. Regardless, it's a great setup. Independent trucks you can't go wrong with. Rush bearings, they're great if you do not have the money to spend on reds. And then Spitfire wheels, they're always great no matter what brand you get. But if you do have the money, go for Formula 4 Spitfire or Bones STF wheels. I'll do a separate video talking about which wheels are the best, and which trucks are the best, and which skate tool is the best. I'll do a big series of that. I have a bunch of plans for that. So if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below, and I will see you all in the next one. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, and subscribe. Later, guys.